Urgent Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Pittsburgh Steelers updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey there, Steelers Nation! Today, we've got some explosive news that's been shaking up the entire NFL community, and if you're a true fan of the black and gold, you simply cannot afford to miss this. Now, I know a lot of you have been eagerly awaiting updates about the Steelers' off-season moves, draft prospects, and roster changes, but what I'm about to tell you might just be the biggest bombshell of the year. It's something that has everyone talking, and I promise, this story is far from over. So, buckle up, stay tuned, because what I'm about to share could change the course of the Steelers' future in a way we've never seen before. Recently, the NFL world was turned upside down by a bold statement from none other than Keyshawn Johnson, the former NFL wide receiver turned popular sports analyst and commentator. He made headlines by confidently asserting that the legendary quarterback Aaron Rodgers will be donning the black and yellow of the Pittsburgh Steelers very soon. That's right, Johnson, who's well-connected in NFL circles and always in the know, claimed that he is 100% certain Rodgers is headed to Pittsburgh. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, this sounds like just another rumor, right? Well, Johnson isn't just throwing around wild guesses here, he's a guy with a track record of inside info, and his words have sent shockwaves through the Steelers fanbase. But let's take a moment to consider the implications of this. First, Aaron Rodgers is one of the most talented, accomplished quarterbacks in NFL history. With multiple MVP awards, a Super Bowl victory, and a resume packed with jaw-dropping throws and game-winning drives, Rodgers is a game-changer on any team he joins. And we all know his current situation with the Green Bay Packers. Rumors have been swirling about his uncertain future there for months. The Packers, after 18 seasons, seem to be at a crossroads, and Rodgers himself has hinted at wanting a fresh start, a new challenge, or simply a change of scenery. That's where the Steelers come into focus. Imagine Aaron Rodgers stepping onto Heinz Field, wearing that iconic black and gold. The energy among Steelers fans would be electric. The thought of him leading an offense that already has some talented pieces, like wide receivers George Pickens and Deontay Johnson, and a solid core of running backs, really gets the imagination running wild. Rodgers' ability to extend plays, throw precise passes under pressure, and make those impossible throws, he would instantly elevate the Steelers' attack. It's not just about adding a star quarterback, it's about transforming the team into a true contender once again. The Steelers, historically, have been known for their gritty defense, physical play, and a culture of winning. But having a quarterback like Rodgers could redefine their offensive identity, turning Heinz Field into a fortress of high-powered offense and clutch performances. Now, I want you to pause here for a second. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. Because, folks, this isn't just about a star quarterback joining a team, it's about what that could mean for the Steelers' entire trajectory. A Rodgers-led offense would instantly become one of the most feared units in the league, especially considering the talent Pittsburgh already boasts and their recent draft picks aimed at bolstering the offense and defense alike. But, of course, there's a lot to consider. As of now, neither the Steelers organization nor Aaron Rodgers himself have confirmed anything official. This is all still speculation, fueled by Johnson's bold statement and the current turbulence surrounding Rodgers' future. The Packers, for their part, have been tight-lipped, but sources close to the team suggest that talks about a potential trade or release are ongoing behind the scenes. The Packers are in a tricky spot, they're rebuilding, and with the recent struggles and the departure of veteran players, they might be open to a strategic move to recoup draft capital or clear salary cap space. Rodgers' departure would be monumental, and the Steelers are reportedly among the top teams in the race to sign him, should he become available. Now, let's talk about what this could actually look like for the Steelers roster and their prospects for the upcoming season. First, adding a quarterback of Rodgers' caliber would immediately boost the team's confidence and morale. It would send a message to the entire league that Pittsburgh is serious about competing at the highest level. With Rodgers at the helm, the Steelers could become a legitimate threat in the AFC, which, as we all know, has become incredibly competitive. Teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, and Jacksonville Jaguars have all been making big moves, and Pittsburgh has been quietly building a solid squad of their own. But a quarterback upgrade like Rodgers would be the final piece that turns their championship aspirations into reality. And let's not forget the impact on the locker room. Rodgers, known for his leadership, football IQ, and competitive fire, would bring a new dynamic to the Steelers' culture. He's a player who demands excellence, and his presence could elevate the entire team's performance. Think about the veteran leadership and mentorship he could provide to young stars like Pickens, and how his experience could help the team navigate the pressures of a playoff push and ultimately, a Super Bowl run. Of course, the Steelers' front office is no stranger to bold moves. They've built a franchise with a rich history of resilience, tough defense, and finding hidden gems in the draft. But acquiring Rodgers would be on a different level entirely. It would be a statement move, a clear signal that the Steelers are all in for a championship window. And if history tells us anything, it's that the Steelers have always been about winning, no matter what challenges they face. This potential trade or signing would certainly add a layer of excitement and anticipation that fans haven't felt in years. Now, considering the NFL landscape, this move would also shift the balance of power in the AFC. The Steelers would instantly jump into the conversation among the top contenders, competing with the likes of Kansas City, Cincinnati, and Buffalo. It could even reshape rivalries, intensify playoff battles, and create new storylines that fans will be talking about for years. Imagine the headlines, the highlight reels, the debates on sports shows, all centered around whether Rodgers can bring the elusive sixth Super Bowl trophy to Pittsburgh. And while we're waiting for any official confirmation, the rumors continue to swirl. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this story is no exception. As the weeks go by, more insiders might reveal details, and perhaps we'll see some leaks or hints from team sources. The Steelers' management has been relatively quiet, but their actions during the draft and free agency suggest they're positioning themselves for a serious run. Adding a quarterback like Rodgers would be the ultimate move, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're exploring every avenue to make it happen. In the meantime, Steelers fans are dreaming, imagining Rodgers in the black and gold, leading the team with that signature calm and confidence. They're envisioning those clutch moments, those last-minute drives, and the celebration that would follow a big victory. The anticipation is building, and rightly so. Because when you've got a Hall of Fame quarterback like Rodgers potentially joining a franchise with a passionate fanbase, a storied history, and a defense that's always ready to fight, you know that something special could be on the horizon. Looking back at the history of the Steelers, it's clear that this franchise has always been about resilience, grit, and winning the right way. From the dominant defenses of the 70s to the Super Bowl victories in recent decades, they've built a legacy of greatness. Now, with the possibility of Rodgers stepping into that mix, it's like adding a new chapter to an already legendary story. Fans are excited, analysts are speculating, and the NFL world is watching closely. Every day that passes without confirmation only fuels the fire of speculation, but one thing is certain, if this move happens, it will be one of the most talked about stories of the offseason. So, Steelers Nation, keep your eyes peeled. The offseason is just heating up, and I truly believe we're on the verge of witnessing something historic. Whether it's just a rumor or the beginning of a new chapter, the idea of Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh has already ignited a new wave of hope and excitement. And no matter what, we'll be here to cover every twist and turn, every rumor and confirmation. Because that's what Steelers fans do: stay loyal, stay passionate, and always believe in the possibility of greatness. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Rodgers will actually wear the black and gold? How do you see him fitting into the team system? What kind of impact do you think he could have on the Steelers' chances next season? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers' future. Don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news, rumors, and analysis. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Steelers!